Here we go, beginning of our game on Saturday morning, November 11th. Freeze frame right here. Right away you can see there's two players coming in on the right. Aiden here is basically running in, not really paying attention to what's going on. I noticed a lot of players still aren't looking around. Our game yesterday was better. They seem to be looking around more, but today they weren't looking around as much and paying attention to their who's around them. I noticed today that the kids were trying to play goalie instead of playing defense and watching kids man to man. Here you see this player coming in here. He should be running right towards this guy. This player here should be blocking him, basically preventing any passing zones for this player here coming in. So you see right there, two players wide open. This player here, David, did not cover very well. Aiden did not cover him very well either. When they're running out, our players should run just as fast out as they're running. I noticed we're still worried about kicking the ball in one direction down the field towards their goal when we can we have open players behind us. Never be afraid to pass backwards. Right away, here we go. 1, 2, 3 players wide open. So they got 4 on 3. What I need you kids to do is pay attention to how many players they have. If we're shorthanded, we need some of our offense, at least one player, to go forward and watch one of these kids here. And being our defense is all situated in one corner here, I would recommend this offense player, to striker, to come out to cover this person here. Right away, you see what's going on. We're not paying attention to who's around. Big mistake. Joel here's looking around. That's good. David and Aiden is covering him. David's not looking around. Right there, we got a wide open shot. Our players should be in front of these guys while they're around our goal. Coverage much better than it has been, but it still can be better, kids. A little too tight here still. If you see a player going for the ball, back up a little bit. Try not to be too close to one another. Player right here is a little too far out. Try and move it in a little closer and stay open so you can get in a passing zone. You notice David here, he did look around, see who's behind him. Always look around. Pay attention who's around you. Goalie, if you're watching, don't be afraid to come up here. The ball's all the way down here. Moving up here isn't going to hurt you. Once you start seeing them come to this point here, goalie should back up. Start backing up. Defense, yeah, up really far. That's good. But we're ball watching again. Instead of watching players. Right here, this player should keep an eye on this guy here. He's the closest. Pick who's behind you. I'm not sure if he knows this kid's behind him or not. Try and control the ball. Look at, we had 3 players right here you can easily pass the ball to. Now you just booted it in there, and they're going to have a better chance of getting it. If you can control the ball, you wear them out. They're running around more. Looks like we had a shot on goal there. Was good. I noticed some of our strikers, offense players, they're not getting right in there. They tend to be hanging around and waiting for the ball to come to them. But when we start shooting towards the goal, get right in there. Just keep on digging for that ball. Now, don't stop. You can see our one player had the ball there. If we'll back it up here a little bit. You see where our players are here. It's hard really to tell. So wide open player. None of their players are down here. So this player here can serve as a backup, give us more time because their team will chase the ball. So for example, if our defense player who's playing really deep here kicked it back to our defensive player, he plays around with the ball a little bit, waiting for these people to run up and keeps looking around because these players are opposing team. If they're looking at this player here who gets the ball, they're not going to be looking who's behind him. So they'll leave somebody open. This defensive player can then kick the ball right up to somebody open and create a little weakness and a hole up there. So right there, if David was looking around, he would have saw that Joel here was open. He could have passed it back, gave a lot of space. Aiden could be dropping over here. We can create some passing zones to really play like almost like a pickle in the middle, keep the ball away from the other kids. Right here, ball chasing. Now watching over here, he's looking at the ball. So you're seeing two extra players over here. We already got coverage over here. He's covering him. He can cover him. So we're going to have an open player here if he doesn't watch over here. So right there, he should have known he had the ball. So instead of ball watching and ball chasing, one of these players should have dropped back or called got it. Either this player here drop back, Aiden drop back here, or Joel stay over here to keep some spacing. Good, you see he stopped, which was perfect. Now if Aiden paid attention where he was, he's wide open. So this kid's going to be working the ball. Aiden pass over, he'll be open. This kid will probably follow him. He can pass it back and forth. So he can actually play like a pickle in the middle here. So now they got the ball. Now we got to worry about man-to-man coverage. Offense, read the play. Watch how many players. Look who's around you. You want coverage, man-to-man. You want to be any more than 3 feet away from these people running in. You see open player, open zone. If we would have had someone closer there, we got an open player here, and he's not close enough here. So he's ball chasing, or he knows we're kind of short-handed, so yeah, that guy is closer to the goal, so cover him, he should cover him. This is a decent coverage here, I like seeing that. Now we got some time. He could have held on to it, but he didn't. You kids, you got to learn how to stop the ball, control the ball. Just kick it in there, they get it, and they got control. We're at that age enough you can start controlling the ball and knowing where you're kicking it to. I like this. Our defense is covering really deep. We kept the ball in their area because of that. You notice the defensive players weren't just hanging around here. But defense, when this happens, the minute they get the ball, you got to make sure you're covering man to man. You hustle and you get back here and you got really good coverage. Great pass there. Joel kind of took it away from a player there, but and now we got two wide open players and one of our players is on the ground. Now, who's playing up here? We got 1, 2, 3 players here, and we got 3 here, and they got 4. So whoever's watching this end of the field, if you notice we're short, we need one of you up here to watch over one of these. See, they're ready. They got decent spacing. Our players aren't looking around. Who's behind them? Really, if we are kind of short in this end, this player should be covering in between these two and keeping an eye, looking around. Kids, you got to stop ball chasing and just looking at the ball. Got to look at the rest of the field. Again, control the ball. Stop the ball. It's like a pinball machine out there just bouncing off us. As you notice, when you do stop it and control it, they have a harder time getting the ball. But players, you got to run around somewhere. You can't just be walking around. Cover these other players. Get up in the game. It's a small field. It's not a lot of running around. When the ball's up in this end of the field here, close to the goal, I want to see these players a little tighter in and stay in an open zone, or maybe even a player come back here to pass it back. Keep them running around. Don't worry about scoring a goal as much as just playing keep away with the ball. Again, kids, don't touch the ball. I know you want to touch that ball and play catch, but keep them hands down. Right here we got one of the players here, so if this goal's missed or we get a rebound, we got 2 players here and 1 here. We have no coverage over here. So these people should have been reading them. These players should have been watching what's going on here and get a little extra help to block these kids here. Plus, notice our offense is standing back here. They should be moving up, covering a little deeper. We need to help up here. Hope you notice the kids that have a little better foot control. You can do this at home. Just control the ball. You notice they're not kicking it; they're controlling it. When you can start controlling and stopping this ball, you can run around anybody. Right there, that player had an opportunity to pass the ball, but instead he kicked it right in towards their player. I know it's tough to just not kick the ball, but try and control it, kids. It's right here. Yeah, there's kind of limited here. Maybe these players should have been watching this kid a little bit up here. Cleared it out good. Use the board. Yep, see how Ben there used the board? He's running up, controlling the ball. Got to one of our players, but notice right here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 open players wide open, and they're all up here. So there's great passing zones all back here to get these kids to run around. Don't worry about getting in the goal. Pass it to their team members. Always keep digging for that ball. If you notice yourself looking around a lot, you always know who's usually open. So when you do kick the ball, always try and pass it to somebody that's open. Little bunching, a little too tight here. Spread out another 2, 3 feet. Open up some zones. Got some wide open players in the back again. If you notice, we'll go back there. So we got 2 wide open players over here. So if you would have been looking around more, he could have stopped the ball, bring it back, pass it up to one of these 2 over here. So this is where paying attention to what's around you is really key in winning the game. Again, when we have the ball, stay open. When they have it, man to man. Little bunch here. We're ball chasing. Ball chasing. See, on top of one another. Not paying attention. We're fighting the ball amongst ourselves. See, we're kind of far away from this other player here. If you don't have an open player, there's a strong chance you're not going to end up with that ball. Look at how this goal got scored here. If you notice, wide open. We got 2 players wide open. Their defense is not covering man-to-man. All they got is their goalie out there. So our player here, going slow motion here. There's the ball right there. It's going out. Ben has it right here. Passes it. See how he's inside the lines. He's not standing outside. When we have control, you can get it a little tighter. This player here gets the rebound. He's in tight end. Now notice how these players are staying around. One of these players should be in there. There's no reason why one of us should be in there right away to catch another rebound. Kids, you got to hustle. Get right in there. Dig for that ball. Now this player caught the rebound, knocked off the goalie. This player here kicks it in, ends up getting a goal. So the concentration and the wanting to dig for the ball inside the goal crease is key. Now, right there, I don't know why we were just standing around and letting these guys come in. You guys got to be hustling. Get in there. Watch these players. Got to get in the game, guys. You can't walk around that much. Just run in a little tighter. A little more effort will get us a few more goals. Great pass there. You should have controlled a little more. So defense, you run around. You got to look behind you. You're not looking behind you. Again. And we got 4 on 3 again. We need a few of our players to come in and help. You know, watch. We got 3 against 2 right here in the middle. They're getting ready. He's now watching. You know, I would have rather seen, you know, Aiden watching him, David closer to him, so give him less of a chance to score. Good coverage here. He decided to move in, cover, but he should be looking behind him or looking in front. He's covering him, which is good. This is decent coverage. You notice, kids, that we had this little better, stronger defense man-to-man. We were doing a lot better. Still a few little holes here and there. Pick your guys, cover man-to-man. Look at 3 guys all together here. You should be running with these guys. You guys aren't goalies. You're players. Got to cover man-to-man. You know there's a chance they're still going to have the ball. And now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them in tight. So we're going to need some help over here. Again, look at, you guys aren't even looking behind. Wide open players over here. So what are you doing? Waiting for a rebound here to score a goal? You know, if they get out here, they're going to have open lanes of kicking right in our goal. Look at 3 open players. We're bunched in really tight here. If you cover man-to-man, you got a lot less chance. Look at, we're not. Defense isn't being a goalie. Defense is covering man-to-man. There you go. Let's review that goal. So defense, you want to be between this guy. He's wide open. Well, it looks like Aiden boots it in a little bit for the assist. A little mess up here. And he's able to just kick it right in. Look at the concentration of players in there. The ball still able to get through. Look at that. Look how close that is. And get a goalie. That's why man-to-man is very important, kids. Perfect. Hold on to the ball. See that? Paying attention to what's going on. Because the other players know they can't steal that ball that easy from you. See, don't just boot it in there. Control the ball. Like I said, we can pass around between our lines and wear them out and have fun with it. Okay, look at, we're ball watching. Look what's going on here. They're almost all, open rain right here. This is a prime opportunity for a goal right here. Wide open players again, not watching. We're not a goalie, we're players. Got to cover defense. And she paid attention. She saw. Should be tight of these other players. Now we got two open over here. So that's why it's key to look around, kids. We're shorthanded, 4-3 again. We need an extra player movement. You guys got to read these lines and get up here and not just stand around. Yeah, we reviewed that play, and let's go back here. We discovered that Joel actually kicked his leg out because we initially thought that the kid fell on the ball. Let me get back in here. So a freeze that here. It was kind of hard to figure out what happened, but if you look right here, you see Joel's getting ready to kick. This kid's foot is right here, so he's getting ready to kick with his right foot. So what happened? This kid kicks, misses the ball, then Joel just takes him out, kicks his foot right out. So I didn't see this. I thought the kid just tripped. That's why I guess we shouldn't be yelling at the refs for bad calls. Right there you can see that Joel hit his foot and the kid goes falling right on his back because he takes his legs out right from underneath him. So that was a good call by the ref right there. It's a mistake. I mean, kids are just kicking for the ball. Things like happen like this. There's nothing we can really do about it, but we're just lucky that he missed the free kick. Watch man to man. Nobody's looking at this player behind him here. We pass it to one of their players. Stay within a passing zone if we can. You can see we're on this end of the field. We should move over a little bit. If the ball's on this end of the field, the kid should gravitate. The whole line should actually move over and keep equal spacing around the ball. So if that would have been more of a controlled pass, this could have been another goal for us. Talk to each other. Hope everybody knows their names by now. Yell instructions to one another. If you see a weakness, remind the other players all the time. Don't be afraid to, coach the game on the field. Thanks for watching. I'll try and, I ran out of memory on my camera here. We'll catch you next time. See you again. If any kids have any questions, feel free. Give me a call on my cell phone. Again, practice your ball stops, trapping the ball, and control.